Sup, guys. My name is Ryu for the YugiohCouncil, and these are the top 10 currently released worst booster sets of all time to date. So, look at the upload date beforehand, because we'll probably have to revisit this about a year from now. So, yeah, if any of these are your favorite packs, please don't take offense, but these sets are pretty bad. And that's why they're making the list, because we usually don't do a worst list, but now we're going to do a worst list, because why the hell not? So, at the number 10 spot, Number Hunters. Some of you may instantly start hating on me for putting this here. Well, to be fair, outside of Chromely, maybe if you're building gimmick puppets, and if you collect numbers, and the only real decent numbers from this set were Fortune Tune and Master Blades, there's really not much going on in this entire set. It's pretty much this is everything we wanted to fit in one pack, enjoy it, because this is everything we couldn't fit anywhere else. I mean, Mecha-Equip Engineer was, and still is, a decent card, and Naruto, the Moral Leader, who just recently got a reprint, is also still a decent card. But when you look at everything and you think about sales, you think about the time it was released, you think about now, does it really stand the test of time? Not really. But it's definitely not the worst. But it's one of the top 10 worst. So what makes the cut at number 9? Well, let's get right into it without wasting any time. At number 9, Hidden Arsenal 5, possibly the worst Hidden Arsenal in history. Now, don't get me wrong, you have Gem Knights. Yeah, there's only really like one Gem Knight that people use anymore. You have Lava Lols. Yeah, they kind of got butchered by the ban list, but up till that point, they were great. And they still are pretty decent. You have Gashiki. They never really did anything. You have Gustos. Never really did anything. Then you have Steel Swarms. Pretty much what should have been the next version of Monarchs, but Konami had to fuck them up because why not, right? They were just so, and still are so, damn hard to put a deck together and make it actually consistent where it's going to work, and you're not going to be just destroyed and wrecked by your opponent. And honestly, from a buying standpoint and collecting standpoint, this is the worst of the Hidden Arsenal packs. This is one of the worst sets you can go out right now and buy, because you're not going to get your value, you're not going to get your money for, you're not going to get anything that's really worthwhile. Maybe you'll get a Gem Knight that people use. Maybe. Hey, look, Gem Knight Garnet. That's good. Yeah, Brilliant Fusion Spam. That's pretty much all he really is, but he's just a super rare. And why would you pay like $50 for an entire box just for that? But Ryu, there's Lava Lols. Yeah, as long as rekindling's at 1, we're going to probably keep this here. So, anyway, moving on to the number 8 spot, and I think the number 8 spot's going to surprise quite a bit of you. I'll have to talk a few minutes about it. Is Cyber Dark Impact. But Ryu, that is the worst set ever! It's the worst set ever! No, not really. There's actually been a lot worse sets than Cyber Dark Impact. I'm going to go into the reasons why. It's not just, I feel bad for Cyber Dark Impact, I put it here. We're going to go over, from the time it was released to now, some cards that have been featured in various decks. The biggest one, for a long time, that was considered a staple, is Snipe Hunter. Get around Stardust Dragon. But it's a probability. That's why we don't use it now, but we used it then, and it was amazing. Vanity's Fiend. We currently use this like crazy. Lock out my opponent. You can't special summon. Ha! The Barriers. Barrier Statue of the Abyss. Barrier Statue of Torrent, Inferno, Stormwinds, Drought, and Heavens. What makes a deck better than locking out your opponent from special summoning anything with Moon Mirror Shield and Barriers? See? Not that bad. There's a few cards here that are actually worthwhile. Obviously, it's still on the list, but still. Instant Fusion. Norden, and then Thousand Eyes Restricted if it ever came back, but Norden. Chain Strike. You like Burn, don't you? No one likes Burn, Ryu. Don't kid yourself. And then finally, Black Horn of Heaven, still one of the better cards in the entire set. Now, there's not tons here, but it's definitely not the worst, because there was a couple cards even now that we're using and like, holy crap, you gotta have this. Instant Fusion combos for the days, man. Go in Norden, get a level 4, go to rank 4, that's so broke. Hype. No, in all seriousness, it's not that bad of a set. It's gotten better over time. Now, let's move on to number 7. The Lost Millennium. Oh. When I think about the Lost Millennium, my nostalgic factor goes through the roof. Hey, look at the elemental heroes. Hey, look at the Winkaribo. Hey, look at that GX start. That GX start. That Mega Rock Dragon that's probably going to become relevant in a few months. Just maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe this will be the time. There's only really one card that stands out in this entire set. No, it's not the heroes. It's Brain Control. That damn thing's on the ban list. That's probably the only reason why this is so high on the list. There's really nothing else here extremely worthwhile. To be fair, nostalgia kicks in, you're like, but Ryu, there's Flame Wingman and Thunder Giant. GX, man. GX. Outside of Battery Charger, Brain Control, and maybe Battery AA and King of the Soul Servants being the most notable cards in the entire set, and of course Mega Rock Dragon, because at some point it's going to get good, especially with that new Rock Archetype. I'm just have my hopes high for it. What can I say? Outside of that, there's really not much going on. You have the first 4 elemental heroes, and it's just nostalgia that kicks in. That's like, this set is pretty bad when you look at it. It's pretty damn bad. It's not a set that changed the meta. It's not a set that even freaking was selling super duper high. It was just GX hype. If you were a competitive player, you were just going after Brain Control. That's all you really needed, was Brain Control. So let's move on from the Lost Millennium and move on to our first Duelist pack. Oh yeah. Duelist pack, Jade and Yuki 3, and I could hear the hero fans screaming at me, guys, relax, I play heroes. It's not that I wanted to put heroes on blast, or I just wanted to hate on them. But let's be honest, when this set came out, ooh, cool, evil heroes. Konami's giving support to an anime archetype. Yeah, we're about like 10 years in advance, and they haven't gotten shit afterwards. Dark Fusion, Ryu, Dark Fusion. It was released prior. So if we're talking about a set where there's really no reason to buy it, this is the set. Unless you're collecting evil heroes because you like them on the anime. I did too. I collected them all. Gotta catch them all. Otherwise than that, there's really not much going on in this entire set. Everything else is kind of, I can grab it from this set, I can grab it from that set, and this is pretty bad when it comes to it. Like, when you look at the supers and the secrets, the ultras, that's pretty much what you're going after in a Duelist pack. You have Malicious Edge. Yay! Malicious Edge. You have Evil Hero Wild Cyclone. Yay! That card dully gets played. And then you have Evil Hero Infernal Sniper. I'm not going to even say a word. Then you have Malicious Fiend. Yeah, my silence says it all. And then Skyscraper 2 Hirosei, which is probably the best card in this entire set, outside of Dark Fusion and maybe Dark Calling. There's really not too much here that you can't get everywhere else, meaning it is pretty much one of the worst sets of all time. So if you get offended, I'm sorry, but just how it is. Let's move on to the 5 that make me just want to hurl. And this is pure freaking honesty. If you thought the first 5 were bad, oh god, I'm sorry. This is gonna be Batman vs Superman bad. Boom! In all seriousness, I just didn't like that movie, but you can hear my review on the Council Network with Mikey. Anyway, Star Pack Arc V. Ugh. What was Konami thinking when they made a 3rd one of these? I think you can see where I'm going with this. So, there's like 1 or 2 cards that are decent in this entire set. Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. That was a nice reprint for the time. Edge Imp Sabers, Fluffiful Bear. You know, it's nice to have those prints, I guess. Oh, who am I kidding? This set isn't even halfway decent. It's just okay at best. The Pallades reprint making it a common, the Dark Exceed Rebel Dragon making it a common. Those are probably the 2 greatest things from this entire set. And that's not saying much. This shit's cringeworthy. It's worse than freaking Cyberdark Impact ever was. There's no hope for this set in coming formats. There's no hope in the future. There's no reason, even with the 99-cent price point. Save your 99 cents. Buy a single. It'll take you further than this. You can go online and buy like singles cheaper than this. Mobius the Frost Monarch is decent, but not played at all. There's not a reason to really want to buy this set. When you look at it, there's like You go down the line of the cards and you're just like, okay, this is just a budget set. But Ryu, you're so mean about it because it's a budget set, bro. It's 99 cents. Save your 99 cents. Save up $3. Buy a better pack. Buy Breakers of Shadow, and it'll take you further than this set ever will. And that's just the truth. I'm sorry. For the number 4, Gold Series Haunted Mine. Oh boy. The set that you just hate to love. But Ryu, it's got blue eyes in it. It's got motherfucking blue eyes as a ghost rare. It don't really matter. It's got Gores as a ghost rare. It's got Grapha. Yay, Grapha wasn't even expensive. It's got Bryonic, Dragon Ice Barrier, which we all know how that one ended. It's got Naturia Beast. We all know how that one will end at some point. It's got Solemn Judgments. Yeah. Tiki Curse and Tiki Soul and Copy Night and Starlight Road and the Zomber of the Spirit and Hidden Spellbook. Yeah, Hidden Spellbook. Call the Haunted. When you look at your locals and you see cases upon cases upon cases of Gold Series Haunted Mine, you knew Konami done fucked up. When you see 12 cases of this shit and no one's buying even a cent of it, and not even the current Gold Series is selling as bad as this one. It's ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, there's a few good reprints. A lot of these sets I'm going over have a few good prints or reprints. Formula Synchron getting a reprint was probably the best thing out of the set next to Naturia Beast. Probably the best thing. And I have the set in front of me and I'm not impressed at all. But Ryu, it had zombies. You can get the zombies in the zombie structure deck. There was like 2 zombie structure decks. There was Zombie World one and there's the original one. Hell, your locals probably has like 30 copies of Zombie Master for 10 cents to $1 a piece. You're better off buying that than spending $15 on this. Or $25, whatever it was at the time or what you can get it. You know when the first week is up for this Gold Series and your locals is like, I'm putting it on sale for fucking $10. You know there's a goddamn issue. And it wasn't because the set's good. It's just bad. When there's a pile of steaming turd and it's Yu-Gi-Oh, it's this set. Okay, so I may have been a little bit too cruel there, but oh well. Number 3, Star Pack 2014. Because Konami didn't learn their lesson from the fucking first one. They made another. You're probably saying to yourself, but Ryu, it's a $1 set. Yeah, it's a $1 set. The best card in this, number C39 Utopia Ray, and that's not even a joke. Photon Strike Bouncer, Thunder End Dragon. Lucky Strike, if you want to collect it. If you didn't collect it already, because it was a secret rare. Yeah, there's not really much more. There's really not much more. There's a few anime reprints. And again, it's a $1 pack. Card D was probably the best thing to get reprinted here as well as the cards I mentioned. But overall, it doesn't move. People don't buy it. It just sits there. When you have an extra buck and you're not buying a drink or you're not buying a bag of Cheetos or Doritos or whatever you fancy dancy kids eating out. No, I'm kidding. If you're not buying something to eat or you're not buying a single and you have that extra $1, you're going to buy a star pack. And you're going to open that star pack and go, maybe today will be the day it's not as bad as I remember. And then you'll just go, why the hell did I buy this? I should have just bought singles. Yeah, it's a little cruel, but it's how I feel about it. Not personal experience. Number 2. And I know this is going to piss people off, but to be fair, I even had Mikey and Jonathan on this to decide on what was the absolute worst. Number 2. Duelist Pack, Chazz Princeton. Some of you are probably raging at me, but Orange Dragon level 10, but XYZ and Ojamas and Ring of Defense. To be honest, there's only really one good card that came out of this entire set, which is Infernal Reckless Summon. I will grant that at the time, Orange Dragon level 10 was cool to see. I will grant that it was cool to see a Chazz pack. I will grant that it was probably hyped for a little while. But let's be honest with each other. Magical Mallet is a minus card. When you play it, you're going minus. The only deck that plays it currently is Exodia. And I think 99% of us can say we hate Exodia. No player interaction. We hate it. Done. So fuck that, right? Arm Dragon level 10. Nostalgia kicks in. I love that card. I love seeing it. I wish they give levels more support. We've talked about it on Coffee Time a few times. But let's be honest with each other. Today, would you want to go and buy a Chazz Princeton back over something that's $1 more? Because these things usually sell for $2. Follow me here. $2 or $3 for the newest set. I think I'm going to buy the newest set and try to get what people are going after and then sell that. That's just my mindset there if I'm going to be blowing money that way. And if I want an Arm Dragon level 10, I'm better off just buying the freaking single than buying the packs. Granted, it's usually one of those packs you see in lots. Like when you order from Troll and Toad and you're like, yeah, I got all these random packs and they send me a shit ton of Duelist packs. This is one of them. Because they don't sell. I'm not being mean, but they don't sell. But Ojama reprints, Ryu. Ojama 10 cents, man. 10 cents. 10 cents at your locals. 10 cents online. 10 fucking cents anywhere else. Even on Amazon. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. So Ryu, what is the worst pack of all time, in your opinion? What does your opinion tell you? Because we think you're already wrong. Well, ladies and gents, Star Pack 2013 is the worst goddamn set ever. Konami's first attempt at a Star Pack was their worst. Now you're probably saying, but Ryu, Legend of Blue Eyes wasn't a fantastic set either. But it at least had decent cards, and this is a reprint set, and Konami didn't know what a fucking budget reprint set should look like? Hello? I see tournament packs that look 10 times better than this, even at their worst look 10 times better than this. Absolute worst look 30 times better than this. And I know you're probably saying, but Ryu, you're just being too hard because it's a $1 pack, man. I'd buy that shit up. Yeah, you shouldn't. You should just run the other way. Let's talk about a few high points and get into the nitty-gritty why it's the worst. Well, there's not too many high points. Unless you count Wonder Wand. There's really not. There's absolutely none. I guess if you count 1-for-1. Yeah. I'm just scratching my head here, trying to figure out what to actually... Oh, wait, no, there actually is one. The Ultimate Battle Machine that you can use with Cyber Dragon Nova, if they kill your Cyber Dragon Nova, comes out. It's a common here. That's good. Excuse me, I have to go throw up. Ugh. Anyways, so, yeah, this set is the worst because no interest, lackluster, was supposed to be hyped because it's a $1 set, and they could have done so much. Let's be honest with each other. Konami could have freaking put everything staple-wise in here. Mirror Forces, Torrential Tributes, Twin Twisters, Raigekis, Dark Hole, Solemn Judgment, if it ever came off the list, Solemn Warnings. It doesn't have to be like Solemn Strike. That could, just things that people use on a day-to-day basis. Bottomless Trap Holes, Time Space Trap Holes now, because they already got reprinted Gold Series. You see, there was so much potential for Star Pack, and right out the gate, Konami's like, meh, we don't want to be bothered. We don't want to do this. And I'm just sitting here going, why would anyone spend $30 on a box for this? And say, best pack opening ever of Star Pack. You're probably like the one person who decided to buy it. To be honest, to be completely honest, there's really no reason to buy Star Pack. And I'm not trying to attack anyone, but it's a god-awful set. So, let me know what you think is the worst set of all time down in the comments below. And I am Ryu for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Hopefully you found this video very enjoyable. If you did, make sure to slap a like and subscribe for more if you haven't already. Help me get to 10,000. 10,000. All of us on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council at 10,000. And I'll see you guys later. As always, I'm out for now. Peace.